Hi, welcome to Acharya. So, in the last class itself, we have discussed about the Linux file search commands. So, in this class, can discuss about the file system hierarchy. So, file system hierarchy means in this we can understand how Linux organizes the files and directories as well as directories are nothing but the folders. How Linux organizes both of them, we can get to know. So we can learn in his here purpose of each directory why we are using and everything we can learn, and also we can explore each navigating system and why we are using the slash bin, why we are using the slash home directory, why we are using the root directory, why we are using the temporary bin. So we can get to know in this class each and every one in detailed manner. So before going to the, so we have like a Linux directory has a structured overview like a key directions like a home directory, etc slash bin slash var slash temporary. So we have like a different types of directories as well as. So among these are the main important directories. So we can discuss each and every one in detailed manner. So for example, if you observe this diagram, so this symbol, this represents the root directory. So this is the root directory. So from this root directory, so it's mainly a topmost command. So where our Linux command starts. So it's the only topmost directory which we are using present in our system. So every Linux, if you want to for example, if it is a slash root slash home, it's everything starts with this root directory only. So this is mainly like building for the foundation. So it has a like a foundation for all of our files and folders. So for example, if you want to build a building, so foundation is necessary, right? Same as like if you want to create a Linux files and folders, so this root directory is necessary. So and we have like a, after that we have like a slash bin. So slash bin are nothing but the binaries represents. So it contains like essentials, commands and programs for all the users. Like for example, if you want to represents like ls, cat, echo. So it we can represent accordingly. So for example, if you give just a minute, I will come to my system. We are connecting to the our EC2 instance machine. So whereas it is a Linux machine. So once we are login, so if we give ls/bin, so it gives the binary files. And we have like a /etc. So in this we can store system configurations. We have like a passwords, host and host name. So everything will be represented here. So for example, if we type in the ls/etc, so we can see like passwords and host names, host name, host. So how many are available, we are able to see. And we have like a home directories as well as different types of directories we have. So we have like a home directory. So it's a like a user directory. So present where we are modifying. So we are in the home directory. So it was a our user personal directory. So for example, if we give the command like cd/home. So we are changed from our directory to the home directory. So if you give the ls, so it's represent. So present we are in the EC2 user. So it represented our file, and we have like a optional software. So it's mainly stores for the optional and third-party applications which we are using. So for example, if we are having like softwares like Oracle or custom apps which we are doing, so it's not a mainly required for us. So it's an optional softwares. When you want to install something, so there are like a optional and as well as mandatory things as well as for a. So if we install optional features, it has like a some features as well as, and we have like a slash TMP means temporary files. So the temporary files it represents. So it's mainly like which we are using for the temporary purpose. So the files are mainly short living and which we are using for the temporary storage. So if you can write this slide, ls slash temp. So these are the temporary files which we have. So here we are using this as slash as the library. So these home as the personal self, etc as manual room, and we are representing the temporary files as scratch paper. So optional we have like a optional storage. So in this we can represent in which folder would you want to use to create some personal file. Among these files, which one would you prefer? Slash home, because you are creating your personal files. So depends upon this, we can choose. And we have like a var files and user files as well as. So these are like for example, if we take the user programs and libraries which we are available in our system. Some are like which are not necessary for us, but in the background itself there are like many programs are running in our system or in same as in our laptop as well as, and same as in mobile as well as. So this mainly using for the stores our applications, libraries and utilities for the users. So if we give the slash user slash bin, it's like mainly using for the program for the users. So there are like a library files and we can share the data as well as. For example, if we represent ls slash user slash bin. So there itself like we can represent user related files as well as. So in this you want to require all not these files. You want to filter from these files for better viewing purpose. So we can give user bin head. So there itself we can see the top commands which we are of the user bin files, and we have like a var files as well as. So it's mainly for the variable data. So if we have container file that changes so much frequently, but including the logs as well as mails as well as database files, so everything will be changing. So it's mainly important for us to monitor those files. So that's why, and as well as we have to troubleshoot as well as. So that's why we are using this type of files. So we are searching like system and service logs as well as. For example, if we see ls/varlog. So we haven't created these files. So by default inside our system, they are created. Head. So we are able to see top commands. So /bin are mainly essential commands, and etc has like a configuration files and system configurations and everything we can check, and as well as /bin and sbin are essential binary files. So and as well as we have like a variables, so which we can see the whole logs and as well as changing the data, and there are like a temporary files. So we have like a user, so which we are mainly using for the shared tools and programs, and we have like a /dev, so which we are using for the devices as the files, and like kind of we are using, and procs as well as, so depends upon the which processor we are using, like kernel version. So there itself, like we can able to, by using this directories, we are able to know the processor, like which process we are using, like kernel or like different types of kinds, as well as we can able to know.